Hello and welcome. Yet, previously we looked at list reports. This time we're going to look at calendar reports. A calendar report is a visual representation of date-based records. So, if you have, for example, records within those records, within those records you have a date or the time, record. This is the chance now for you to use to display that record in a calendar-like format. So it displays your data using a calendar layout, and it shows all those dates on that calendar, as we are going to see in the examples we are going to do. For example, if you have like in your system, for example, if you have things like appointment dates, deadlines, start and end dates, you have scheduled dates, you have expiry dates, all those instances can you can effectively use calendar reports to your advantage. They are very powerful as well. It can be used in many places. You can use the report to display data in Zoho Creator, and you can maybe also use other Zoho products and display your calendar like for example in a Zoho CRM. All those that's how powerful Zoho is in terms of that. So we shall go through different use cases. Like we shall go through, for example, two or three for us to understand how these reports work. So this was our previous application. We are going to add a form which has a date or a date time field that will help us use like display the calendar report. So let's go to edit the application here. Edit the application. We create a new form. Click on this plus button. Click on a new form. A new form, for example, is called. Now, for this use case, for example, an HR team wants to see who is on leave and on which day they are on leave. So we shall create, for example, an employee leave form. So employees or the HR will use this form to enter the days that they are going on leave. So the first field we need here is the employee. We want to pull in the employee from the employee details table. So we shall display that employee name. Done. So this should be able to pull in to pull in the employee from the employee details table. Then the other thing we need is the leave start date. Leave start date. We shall use our date field here. Say leave start date. Then we shall use another date field to mark the leave end date. Should be end date. Then the other field we shall just display it maybe. It's maybe a number field showing the total number of days that the person is going to be on leave. Vacation days. So this one should be automatically populated, but let's leave it like that for now. So when you click done, we shall have a new form in our application, as you can see it. And by default, as I told you in the previous video, Zoho Creator will create for you what a list report by default. So let's just access this application. So you can see our list and then you can see our form. So in this form, let's add something. So for example, we have Cristiano Ronaldo. We want them to start their leave, for example, on Monday, and then they will end, for example, on Thursday. And for example, this will be like, for example, 4 days or something. I don't know. Let's just submit that for now. Then When you click on our all employees, we should see that we have this data here. So let's just add another employee. For example, Moses, he will have from, for example, 6th, okay, we'll have, for example, the 6th to the 10th. Ah, okay. So when you submit, you should have Moses Musoke here as well. We didn't give him dates here, but this doesn't matter for our calendar report. It's just leave it for let's just add it for formality. So we want to display this now. This data is being displayed in a list report, but we want to display it in a calendar report. As you can see, Zoho Creator has already given you here some options. You can display like Zoho Creator automatically reads these, like gets like reads these fields and knows what options, what report options you can use. So for example, when you come, for example, on one of our on one of our reports here, for example, when you go on this one that we used in the risk report, when you click here, you can see it only gives you a list as an option. But when you come to the one that we have just created and you click on it, you will see it gives you option for calendar, timeline, spreadsheet, Kanban. So let's we are focusing on the calendar, so let's click on calendar. When you click on calendar, it will ask you like the event title. For example, when we are displaying fields on the calendar, it will ask you what should we name that event. So the name of the event, I want it to be than the name of the employee. So I'll click on that. Then when does it start? It should start on the start date, then it should end on the end date. So when you click done, it is going to display a calendar for us. And you can ideally see here that we have Cristiano Ronaldo, who's going to be away from Monday to Thursday, and we have Moses here, going to be away from. So he's going to be away from the 6th. What's wrong with Moses? Let's just click on him and see. When you click there, see he's going to be away from 6th December to 10th December. Let's just go back. Why aren't you displaying that? Let's go to the weekly. No. Should be the monthly. Oh, we are still in November and it's displaying November. So let's just go to another. Let's go to December. When you click there, you can see it clearly here. It shows that Moses is going to be away on Saturday, 6th, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Is going to be away from the 6th to the 10th. So by default, this report will show in a monthly format. So by default, it will show that your current month, and this is in the settings. So when you go back to the settings of this application, when you click on Edit Application, in a new tab, when you edit this all employee leaves calendar report, when you click on, for example, open report properties, not open report properties, get done here. When you click on no, so so this is the first way of displaying uh, this report. So it is asking you now, this was previously a list report, right? You came, you clicked and made it a calendar report. Do you want it to stay as a calendar report or not? So if you choose it as a calendar report, if you want it to stay as a calendar report, then if you do so, yeah. So when you save changes here, for example, you want to create a new report, call it calendar report. We save. It will create for us a new calendar report. which is here. So this one will stay as like when you remove these changes, it will stay as a list report. But then we have a calendar report here, which displays it in this way. By default, it will display the current month, and you can and you can use that button to display the next month, as you can see here. So it is displaying the current month because of a setting that we need to change. For example, if you don't want to display the current month, though most people will want it like that, but you can come and edit the application and then go to, let's just come here, edit application, open a new tab, application. So you can see it's now a calendar report. So when you click on open report properties, it will automatically give you the calendar report properties. So here you can do a variety of things here. And one of the things that I need to tell you about is why it is by default displaying in a month, like displaying November as the month, since we are in November. So it will ask you event title. You said you want the employee name, event dates. You chose those dates. It will allow you to also add formatting here. It will also ask you for the default view. If, for example, you choose week as the default view here and you save this report and you come back to here and you reload, it will display week as the default instead of month, the way it has been displaying. So it will display the current week. So this is our current week, if like which is November 23rd to November 29th. For example, if you want to display the next week, it will display for you the next week and to give you a view of the weekly, like in a weekly basis. So if you want to go back, you can go back to the monthly from here. But by default, whenever you come to this report, since you've added that configuration there, it will display in a weekly format. For now, for my case, I want it to display in a monthly format, so I will choose monthly. You can also choose daily, as I've showed you. So here it will also ask you when does the week start, and then you can also add that. Here it will ask you default date, is it relative and all absolute. So this is where that choice of the month comes in. It is by default displaying uh, November as the month. It's by default displaying the current month as the month, and even when you go to the week here, it will display the current week as the week. But then this is as a result of this configuration here saying default date relative. Like when you choose relative here, it will display the current week or month, or the current day if you choose day here as the default choice. But when you choose absolute, it will allow you to statically choose what month you want to see exactly. For example, if you are a business and if your use case is that you only want to see how December looks like, then you can just choose what you want. For example, you want December, you can just choose any date in December. So when you choose any date in December, it will by default show December. So when you come and reload here, the month will be by default December. The other time the default month was November, but now it's December. So whenever you come to this report, the default month will be December, and the default week will be that week that you've chosen, and the default date will be that date you've chosen in this in this default date bit. So for me, I want it to be relative, so that whatever month I go into, by default, the report will show that month. So I'll click back on relative, and you can see today, current month, and current year. So the other thing we can maybe look at is the event formatting. So you can add formats on those events, like on these events that are displaying here. For example, you can say, let's just click and add any rule. For example, you can say I want color green for all records that have vacation days less than Okay, let's just choose more than, greater than, greater than 3. So just name this. When you click save and done, it will show every event that has vacation days group greater than 3. So when we load, and since we have to go to December since most of our events are there, you can see since Cristiano Ronaldo and Moses Musoke, they both have vacation days that are greater than 3. It will show them in green color. So for example, when you come and add another one, let's add Stuart Dan. For example, they are starting from tomorrow and then they are ending the 29th. The vacation days will be, for example, 2. When we submit, you will see that when you go to December here, let's just no, we don't need to reload. Just go to December and you look for, where is he? Is here, Stuart Dan. You can see Stuart Dan, for him, his event stayed as in that gray color or purple. But then let's just add another one for us, like in that December part. Let's add Matthew Kevin. In December, for example, they are starting on the 9th and they're ending on the 11th. So this one will be 2 as well. When you submit, since this is not greater than 3, it doesn't, like, it has a vacation days that are not greater than 3. It will stay in a gray color, you see, and this one will stay in a green color. So that is the event formatting. You want to maybe change colors of the events that are being shown on your calendar. So that is it for event formatting. You can see we've gone through all this. You can also do the filtering and grouping, which we covered in the previous video. So you can just check that out. You can do the quick filters as well here. So this is so powerful. These reports are very, very powerful from Zoho Creator, and it's really, yeah, the configurations used their side are like similar to the ones that you use on these other reports, from the list report to the calendar reports to the map reports and the rest. So that is it really. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.